she's willing to go to places where other people can't go or don't have the time to go or are not willing to go, far out of the way places. You know, she made a lot of effort to come and visit our project, which is far out of the way. So not everybody has ability to do that, but it's important work that needs to be done if we want to see Bitcoin become mainstream.
I think it's very important for us to remember that Bitcoin has no marketing department. Neither does it have a centralized marketing budget for people to be able to allocate resources to where we think is useful. It's really a community for and by the people. So for all those Bitcoiners out there who have either benefited or see her work as very beneficial to the space, an important thing to do is support her work.
Well, it's a common phenomenon in Bitcoin that it's decentralized. So unlike, you know, companies or altcoins, there is no central party to fund anything. And so, you know, if we want anything to happen in Bitcoin, you know, people will sort of sit around and say, well, there should be more of this or some education should happen. Like, basically, the only way things happen is by volunteering and doing, which Anita is doing, or helping sponsor people, you know, with Patreon and things like that to do work that you think is valuable for society and for Bitcoin.
Traveling out to Africa and trying to spread the knowledge of Bitcoin, education about Bitcoin, it's not the glory work, it's the hard work. But it's really important work. These are the people who need Bitcoin as much as anyone else. And so the fact that Anita's doing that, I think she's doing God's work. I say that as an atheist, but she's doing God's work. And so I would like to support her more, and everyone else should support her more. If you're listening, support Anita.
In fact, we need more Anitas in the world, and I think we need to support her, because it means that the world is going to be better. The education is going to be right, and people are going to grow as humans and in different parts of the world.
I think it's important because Bitcoin is especially useful in so-called third world countries, in countries that have a lot of struggle about inclusion in the financial and commercial world, especially online, trouble with money in general. Places like Africa are the places where this problem are really, really serious. And in order to help this situation and to stay independent while doing that, Anita is basically using crowdfunding instead of relying on single sponsor that can manipulate sometimes the message in order to push for some solution or the other.
If you can support another Bitcoiner, you help Bitcoin succeed. So in my opinion, all Bitcoiners are incentivized to help one another in the long run. Because if Bitcoiners succeed, Bitcoin succeeds. So we all have an incentive to help one another.
There is this misconception in the first world that Bitcoin is gonna happen thanks to Wall Street and thanks to investors. Investors are powerless, greedy, useless people. We win, Bitcoin wins, onboarding Africa, Central America, South America, the emerging markets. That's how we win. Anita is building a bridge for these people and onboarding them into Bitcoin.
She doesn't take sponsorships, so she relies on community support. She relies on working with like-minded people, and basically she's like she's fully in the open source spirit, right? So we need to find ways that we can help her out, that we can work with her, and that we can support her. And if you can, I think you should.
So we often beat around the bush with this idea that Bitcoin is for everyone, but most of the people that talk about that are in a position of privilege, like extreme privilege. And Anita's work focuses on that larger pie where Bitcoin could be way more meaningful, Bitcoin could have a greater impact. And yeah, she gives a voice to those people and gives a platform to those people. All of the work done by these educators with platforms, they influence and motivate others to carry out this, what I consider really meaningful work. So yeah, that's why you should do it.
We have to support education and Bitcoin educators, not influencers. But if we do not support the educators to be able to get out there and orange pill as many people as we can and help build the lives for the future of the people that she's trying to reach, then what are we here for, really?
It's with anything in free software. If it doesn't get funded, it will dwindle away and not be done anymore. So it's quite important that Bitcoiners who really want to make sure that Bitcoin succeeds in the long run pitch in and toss in some sats to ensure that the entrepreneurs and enthusiasts who really keep this project alive and thriving, that they have the comfort and the security to keep doing the amazing work that they're doing.
Thanks for watching. I've got one question for you. Did you know that all my work is free to use? And I'm not sponsored by any companies to stay an independent source of Bitcoin education and knowledge. Therefore, please consider donating towards my non-profit initiative Bitcoin for Fairness, or join my membership program Crack the Orange, where you not only can learn more about Bitcoin, but will also have access to me. You can ask me questions for my live calls, and you will receive the newest content first and be a part of a greater community of learners. You can learn more about these options at anita.link/donate. Thank you very much.